Hi beauty fam, today I'm going to do an all-day wear test of the new Makeup by Mario foundation. And this is more of a first impressions. I ended up getting this and over the holiday break and just opened it now. I did wear it once before this filming. Curious for my second time if my thoughts are going to be the same. So this is the Makeup by Mario SurrealSkin foundation. I ended up getting it in the shade 120, and it was the shade that looked like it had the most golden olive undertones. And so that was the one I picked. Makeup Mario says the SurrealSkin foundation is my complexion masterpiece. I put my heart into this groundbreaking formula with the hope of not creating a barrier of foundation, but rather awakening the true infinite beauty that lies within. I think there's about the number of shades I'll put down below and the price. I ended up picking this up through Sephora. And that's my dog down there just hanging out with me. Zooey, you want to say hi? There, yeah, he's recovering from the holidays, just like I am. I actually filmed a little bit of my first try with this foundation on my new Sony camera, and I am actually not convinced yet that's like the best camera for me. What I noticed is that the iPhone Pro Max, which I'm filming on now, actually does a better true color of what my complexion is. And with the Sony, which was a digital camera, I think it's a digital camera, it actually blew me out and didn't do the right color. It actually made me lighter, 2 shades lighter. And so I just came back from Hawaii on vacation. So you're seeing my real skin, and I'll get up close of like, as much as I put SPF on my face, of course, I'm still going to get some sun exposure, and I wore a hat and wore SPF every day. But you can see my face is not perfect. No one has perfect skin, but I just want to show you what real aging skin looks like. I have rosacea and eczema, and I have texture. So my biggest thing about foundation is that since I have oily skin, how is it going to wear on my oily skin? How is it going to wear on my aging skin? And moreover, I have so much texture here, if you can see, and rosacea that's kind of peeking through. Will that actually hide or just make it calm, or like make it worse of how my bumps and like imperfections are they going to show through with the foundation? So I just want to let you know that's kind of what I'm working with. That's my face, and that's kind of like my standard of like foundations. So I'm going to shake this up really well. For my first try, I ended up using the Double Tensor Sisley, and I think that was too glowy. So I'm going to use the Surreal Perfectionist Primer. And I find this to be a really good primer in that it kind of blurs, and it's not like a glowy primer, which I like. I'm just going to put that on. And what I know about that foundation already, this Makeup by Mario, is that it is a bit more glowy. It does remind me a bit of the House Labs foundation by Lady Gaga that came out last year. It's very similar. So it's kind of like they're marketing it as like glowy natural foundation, which is not always the best for aging skin, especially if your skin has issues like texture or aging or wrinkles and whatnot. I find like that demographic is for maybe 20, 30-year-olds who have flawless skin. Okay, so that's a little bit dry, that's good. So I'm going to shake this up. This is not a good foundation match for me because I'm deeper now. So you can see where there's nice olive undertones. And this is what the challenge of getting foundations for me is that when I do have an olive undertone when I'm paler, but when I get deeper, I actually turn more warm olive. So you're seeing like I have not just like green, this is more green. Whereas like when I get tan, plus I have the redness, it does come up, my tan, it does show up a little bit more warm orange. So we'll just work with what we have. Okay, so I'm gonna take just a Sephora brush, a foundation brush. It's nothing super special. So you can see it's a glowy foundation, which I'm kind of over the glow trend of foundations. Like, I just think that's a trend that we saw in the past couple years that I'd like to see go away. I don't really like super glowy foundations because I have oily skin already. And so I actually don't need any more glow in my life. I'm happy to say, like, because of my oily skin, I actually have a nice, healthy glow already. Despite all the imperfections I have, like, I'm thankful for what I have and that I don't have tons of wrinkles. It's just I have texture. Okay, so that is one layer. So I'm gonna get in close so you can see. So you can see it's really dewy. And if you have dry skin or regular skin, I think this is you're gonna like it. That's who I think this is gonna be for. Oily skin people like myself, this doesn't look that great on me. Could be that the foundation color is off, but I really do think it's just the formula. What is nice about this is that I'm seeing that they have a nice shade range, especially for deeper skin beauties. But again, I think this is for people who don't have skin problems already. Okay, so this is like my second impressions. I actually think this is worse than the House Labs foundation. I did try that and that didn't work for me. So I think it's interesting. They were probably both in testing of this foundation at the same time, because this dewy foundation look is like really on trend now, but I just need it to stop. Like, it's just not for me. The closest dewy foundation that I think works more universally for more skin tones and like skin textures is this NARS light reflecting foundation. It's like dewy without looking like this. And you can see they have a better shade range. It's a little bit more yellow. At least for me, I'm finding from NARS, I can find a match always. Okay, so you can see how the foundation is wearing. I'm wondering if it'll make a difference. I'm gonna take a beauty blender and just kind of pat that in. Sometimes like foundation can settle better if I just push it in, and we'll see if that makes a difference. No, I mean, it looks like there's less stuff sitting on top of my face, but it definitely looks like there's foundation sitting on my face as opposed to like blending in. I don't know if you can see it here. Makeup by Mario SoftSculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I actually do enjoy this product. It's just really nice. I enjoy this product more in the summer is what I'll say, because I took this to Hawaii with me and it was really nice because I used a lot of like light makeup and cream products. See how that's like a really nice bronzer, just like a nice, it's very subtle. And that's why I wasn't super bothered with the color being a bit too light, because with bronzer and contour, one can warm up the look of your face more. So it's more with the quality of the foundation I'm looking at, and it really does look like it's sitting on top of my face. And actually looks like it ages me. I don't know if you can tell. Like, it's just not cute. Yeah, you let me know what you think. Okay, grabbing my Makeup by Mario Master Whole Brow Gel. This is okay. I'm just using it because I'm using Makeup by Mario products. It's basically a clear brow gel. It has a short, no, it doesn't have, no, it does have a short side and then a longer side just to tame your brows. It's an okay product. I find that because of my black hair, a lot of like eyebrow gel products, even if they're clear, they can create a white cast or a gray cast because of my dark hair. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I started using, again, just like colored eyebrow gels, like a taupe or brown, because the clear was making like weird, I don't know, like a weird, like it was almost like a hairspray cast. Okay, so just doing that because I know these spiky eyebrows are in. It's not a terrible product, but I think there's like probably better ones, like soap, hair soap. Okay, so those are my eyebrows. And so my face, it looks, tell me what you think. This is like the second day I'm using it. And I'm gonna grab the powders I normally use. This is the Sisley Matte 2. It's a loose powder. And I'm just going to put loose powder and put it down like this. Okay, so that side is powdered, this is not. Okay, it looks a little bit better. And sometimes when foundations don't work for me, like before powdering, sometimes the powdering can save it. So we'll see. That's why I'll do a wear test today. Okay, you can see even after powdering, it's actually still got a very luminous, glowy look. It's not bad. I just know my skin enough that through an hour or two, it's even going to get oilier still, even if I just powdered down. Just came back from vacation and a lot of my stuff is missing. I'm taking the Kevin Aucoin contour powder. This is my favorite contour powder. Little goes a long way. This is the color, what is this? Deep. Brushes. And I was like, oh no, I spent like so much on these brushes. And the more I've been using them, I'm loving them. So that just shows you like first impressions sometimes aren't always accurate. Like the set I got is no longer available, so I'm glad I got it. I'm grabbing my Victoria Beckham bronzer. I know I put cream bronzer on, but I'm gonna put powder bronzer on top just because I like to do that with cream products, that sometimes they don't last. So I like to layer cream products. Not bad so far. It's actually looking better. I feel like it's coming together. Okay, so that is my face. Actually, you know what I do before I leave is all-nighter setting spray. See how that wears down. And that is what the foundation looks like. It is like 10-20. And then I will do a check-in. It looks glowy, but again, I have oily skin. So this is going to be really a review for oily skin people of how it looks. It looks really pretty after I did all the makeup, right? Because at first it was kind of ugly. I'm going to be honest. Like I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be, you were going to save anything. But after I have everything on, it looks really pretty. So we'll do a check-in and I'll see you in a bit. Hi beauty fam, I thought I would do a foundation check-in. So this is what the foundation is looking like after almost 3 hours. So I haven't touched it up. Getting close. I'm in the car so you can see natural daylight. It looks like it's wearing down a bit. Like I can see the redness coming through. Can you see that? I definitely would say this is not a full coverage foundation. It's kind of like a light medium, and I guess it could be built up. I think what I was worried about is if I put more foundation on it, it would start to look even more cakey. So I did reapply my lipstick. It's a really great lipstick. I'm actually just going to show it to you. It's a Tom Ford Neutral Party. It's a beautiful kind of like Neutral Party. It's like this really beautiful color. For the foundation, I see that it is wearing off a little bit on my nose. I do have like a nice glowy look, but again, my concern about this foundation, and I'll get more in the light so you can see, is that it doesn't really cover my texture and imperfections. If anything, I think it kind of enhances it. See, can you see this area here, and especially here I have some rosacea peeking through, some veins. Yeah, so we're at the 3 hour mark. I do see the foundation lifting a bit. Yeah, so that is what the foundation is looking like around it's almost 1 o'clock, so I'll check in a few hours. Hi beauty fam, I'm back at the 6 hour mark. So this is what my foundation, the Makeup by Mario foundation, is looking at like at the 6 hour mark. And I have not touched up my foundation. What you're seeing is like the natural wear without any powder or touch-ups. My skin looks pretty oily. And I can see some of the foundation has worn off here. You can see some of my rosacea is starting to peek through as well. So what I'm going to do is actually take my Tatcha beauty papers, And this is an oil blotting paper. I love these, and I'm just gonna blot it now so we can see how the foundation is wearing. So what you do is just kind of just press that in. You don't rub it like that. You just kind of press this in. So I did end up, I was wearing a mask a little bit of today. I was at a doctor's office. And so I had a mask on for about an hour. So you can see some of the marks from the mask. So this is also like a mask wear test as well. So that is like how oily my skin is. And that's just one side. And we're gonna do that for the other side as well. Please see how just oily my face is. Take 3 of these to get all the oils. Okay, so I'm gonna take one more. Okay, so let's look at how the foundation is looking. And I'm not gonna use the camera, I'm gonna actually just look at a mirror I have. So what I can see at the 6-hour mark is that it looks like the foundation has faded. I do have primer on, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with this foundation. I believe it's marketed as a medium foundation, but I feel like it's worn off. And I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. This is a weird foundation. I feel like she's high maintenance and fussy for not much payoff. I mean, it's different than the House Labs foundation. I just didn't like it. It was very oily and it almost lifted, but it would just sit on the surface. This just looks like it just straight up just has come off my face. And I can really see like that there's like no more foundation here, here, or here, like particularly here. I mean, that's what I'm seeing so far with this foundation. Not impressed. And so what I'll do is a final check-in before I take this for the evening. So far, this is a first impressions foundation. I am so far not impressed. This is actually not a first, actually it's a second. So this is the second day I'm using it. And the first day I used a different primer, which was more of a glowy primer. And it just looked really gross at the end of the day. Like it stayed on, but it was just like oily and it was like lifting, whereas this Surreal primer was better and that was not as oily, but it looks like the foundation is just clearly come off my face. And if you've seen reviews or if you've tried this, let me know. Maybe I'm using the wrong primer, but let me know if you know a tip or trick with this. And yeah, after I post this video, I probably will watch other people's reviews of this product. I just think there's just so many awesome foundations on the market that, you know, I love that he's passionate and he put his heart and soul into it. And like, not all products are going to be for everybody, and that's okay. Maybe this product is really not meant for me. So that's okay. And even if it ended up being workable, in this point in my life, I just need a foundation that's drama free. Like I know that's going to work. I put it on in the morning, no more than 5 minutes, max 10 for my base, and that she's gonna last all day. This one is just chef's kiss, like glowy foundation, not a problem. I use the shade Vanuatu, but let me do one last check-in later this evening. Hi Beauty Fam, so I'm back. I'm at the 11th hour check-in. I'm ready to take off this makeup and it's bedtime for me. So I thought I'd do my last check-in and then final thoughts and review. So this is what the foundation is looking at, like 11 hours. I've done cleaning around the house and, you know, it's okay. This foundation, I would say it's kind of like what I think would be a $42 foundation. It's not great. It's just okay. I don't think it's anything like amazing. I think there are better foundations in the same price range. I'm actually thinking about getting that Makeup Forever HD new reboot foundation. And it's a little better than the House Labs foundation in that it just seemed to wear better, but in a different way. But I just don't think it's particularly attractive looking, at least for me. Maybe I'm just not the demographic. So all the makeup is the same except for the lipstick. I just needed to put lip balm on my lips. I have the Suku Moisture Rich lipstick in 11 Rinku, which is a cool berry nude. It's kind of like my lips but better, but with a cool berry nude color. I actually love this color. It's like, I'm gonna break this out again. So I haven't powdered down the face again. I'm pretty like sweaty and oily. So you can see this is really how my like face gets after like a full day of wear. So I don't think this foundation is for me. Who is this foundation for? It's probably for someone with normal skin to dry because it is pretty emollient, and someone definitely who's not oily because I feel like the oil has pushed the foundation off of my skin. I think if you have really nice skin, kind of like smooth skin with small pores and no texture and no acne, I think this would look really maybe pretty on you, but I don't know. I don't know what that's like. I've never had that like in my life. I've always had texture and like lots of big pores, and that's kind of like what my skin is. This is oily with really big pores. So not a fan, and it's not really the best way I really wanted to kick off 2023 with kind of a negative review, but I'm always going to be truthful to you all, beauty fam, on this channel. In terms of the shade match, I think, you know, it went on kind of too light, but I think throughout the day, because of my oil, it ended up being fine. But it also lifted off, like the foundation just lifted off after a while. And I'm actually curious, like I kind of want to put some back on and see what happens. Like, what would happen if I put some on now, just with my finger? Like, what would that look like? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. The market for foundation is so competitive now. I don't think this is anything special. Nothing special to me. I think it's probably special to Mario, and that's great for him. But in terms of a consumer, like, I just don't feel like it's anything special or new or innovative, given the market is so saturated with like really amazing foundation. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like even if I was thinking maybe this might be the foundation I put on with a sponge versus a brush or hands, and I just see that it's sitting on top of my face and it just doesn't really look very nice in real life. So she's gonna go. Might use her once or twice, but I think she's gonna go back. Like, I just didn't really find this foundation all that great. That's it, beauty fam. That's my review. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please consider doing so. Hit the like button below and comment if you can, and consider subscribing. It helps my channel out. And as always, please be very kind to yourself and others, and just be you. Happy New Year, beauty fam. Until the next video, take good care. Bye.